Hello everyone, Abdulkas here. Today we're going to discuss how to convert a number that is in a different base to base 10. Now in the last lesson I showed you how to convert a number that is in base 10 to another base. In today's class we're going to look at how we can convert the number that is in a different base to base 10. For example, let's say you have 175 base 8 and you are to convert it to base 10. Now remember that in the other class we said if you're converting to any other base apart from 10, you have to use the long division method, but to convert to base 10 requires a different kind of calculation. Now let's say you have 175 base 8. The first thing you need to do is number it, and you're going to number it backwards. That is to say, you're going to say 0, 1, 2. Now let's assume that you're actually told to convert 1756 base 8. What it means is that that 6 is not going to be a 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. So it doesn't matter how much numbers you have. All you need to do is just to count from 0 and start counting left. Now this is something you can use pencil to write so that you can clean it up later on, because you need it as a reference. Now for those who are able to just imagine it that okay, it is 0, 1, 2 without necessarily writing it, then the better for you, because actually the goal of maths is to develop your ability to imagine. So if you can train yourself to be able to imagine in numbers, the better you'll become at mathematics. Remember, I said if it were more numbers, then you have to start from 0 and then start counting depending on how much number you are given. All right, so you have 0, 1, 2, very important. Now, what is the base that we have, which we're told to convert to base 10, is 8. So we have base 8, and we're told to convert it to base 10. So the next that you are going to do is to say 1 times the base 8 raised to power. Now what is the number of 1? 2. Remember that in our numbering, when we numbered it in the beginning, it is 2. So you say 1 times the base raised to power 2, then plus 7 times the same base raised to power 1. Okay, because our 7 has the 1 ranking. Let's just call it rank, okay, that's their ranks, plus 5 times 8, which is our base, raised to power 0. Okay, because our 5 is having the 0 rank. All right, then as you can see now, it is easy for you to do. In your JSS classes, you already know how to do this. Remember, board mass, you need to multiply first and then you add later. So let's put them in bracket just for simplification. So now we have bracketed them. Now let me say something in passing. Do you know that mathematics is such an interesting subject? And I say so because do you know that addition is the same thing as multiplication? And do you know that multiplication is the same thing as division? If you come to think about it, it is, because if you say 2 times 5, it's actually 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 5 times. That's just what it means. So multiplication is just addition in a different language. If you say 100 divided by 2, it gives you 50. It's the same thing as say 2 times 50 gives you 100. It's the same thing. It's just that it is approached from different perspectives. So when you approach it from different perspective, it looks like division. When you approach it from different perspective, it looks like multiplication. In another perspective, it looks like addition. So that's just by the way, just to let you know that almost everything that you're going to do in mathematics is based on the basic root that you learned in primary school. 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 times 1, 2, something like that. Just that. If you just know your multiplication, division, addition, that's all. At the end of the day, all of these are just formulas, and at the end of the day, you still end up multiplying or adding. If you can just do that, you'll be very good at mathematics. So let's get back to our equation. So now we have 1 times 8 raised to power 2. 8 raised to power 2 means 8 times 8, which is going to give us 64. So 1 times 64, and then plus, all right? So the next is 7 times 8 raised to power 1. Anything raised to power 1, it's itself. Meaning if you see 4 raised to power 1, it is 4. 5 raised to power 1, it is 5. These simple things are things that you learn in junior secondary school, and if you can just know them and master them very well, then maths is going to be very easy for you. But when you forget, for example, that anything raised to power 1 is itself, then you can make mistake from the calculation. All right? So 7 times 8 raised to power 1, which means 7 times 8. Then we now do plus the next bracket, which is going to be 5 times 8 raised to power 0. Now, any number raised to the power of 0 is 1. So these are just simple laws that you need to have in mind, or you need to memorize in order to really be good at mathematics, because it is not about this topic alone. This is something that you're going to encounter in many other topics, and you need to understand the rule. It is the general rule of mathematics. It is not just a rule that applies to number-based system. So you now have 5 times 1, which is 5. So when we now add all of them, which is the 64 plus the 56 plus our 5, we're going to get 125, this time around base 10. So this is how you can convert a number from a different base to base 10. Now, it does not matter the amount of number that you're given, as long as you remember how to rank them, okay? And then you now start to times the first number times the base raised to power the rank. All right, that's just something that I'm forming to just help you remember it. And then plus the next number times the base raised to the power of the rank, plus the next number times the base, like that. And when you are through, you just do your normal board mass, and that's all. Now, if you understand this very well, then it means if you see a number in base 10 and you're told to convert it to a different base, you use the long division method. But if you see a number on a different base and you're told to convert it to base 10, then you're going to use this expansion method, which is you rank it and then use each of the numbers times the base raised to the power of the rank. Think about it in that way, and you will never fail at this kind of question for the rest of your life. Now, that is the end of today's class. I want you to solve the questions that is written on the screen, and I want you to give me the answers in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.